Hey guys, NCS Fan 001 here, welcoming you to the start of Let's Play number 22. It is the Nintendo, and in this case, GameCube game, Pikmin! So, Pikmin, this is one of my personal favorite GameCube games and even Nintendo games of all time. It's really fun. It's basically, you'll get the story pretty early on. But this is a Let's Play I've been wanting to do for a while now, ever since I finally got a copy of the game and saw Convoy do a Let's Play of it. Well, actually, it's Payne's copy. Basically let me keep it with Pikmin 2 as well. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into Pikmin. It is going to be a fairly short project. It's probably only going to be about 20 videos. Okay, so, let's erase this. And let's begin. So, I'm going to shut up during the intro. I also do love this game's soundtrack. So, the story of the game is, your name is Captain Olimar. You were on basically a vacation through interstellar space. You get hit by a meteor, and your ship crashes on an unknown planet. You have to get back home in 30 days before your life support system runs out. So we're going to see some of this here. You can hit B to skip through the text a little faster, but I won't be doing that all the time. My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved Dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone, I'm stranded. His ship is named the Dolphin, and I believe that was like the code name for the GameCube when it was first being developed. I don't know. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate that the planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the Dolphin by then, no, better not to think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. Okay, so, it is Captain Olimar, guys. Just so you know, these guys are actually built to be about the size of like a quarter or something, so they're tiny little aliens. Meaning the ship would be, his rocket ship would look like a little toy rocket or a Lego rocket or something like that. Okay, just checking some on the camera. Everything looks good. Everyone can see everything, hopefully. Okay, so, use the control stick to move Olimar around, but we'll get over the other controls in just a moment when we start having reason to do so. So what you want to do is walk around here. You can see right here we have a box with a 10 on it. There's nothing we can do about this just yet. So instead, walk back this way and discover some red thing that pops out of the ground. Cutscenes are unskippable in this game, by the way, so just keep that in mind, but you can skip through the dialogue. A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it was waiting for me. Then it dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too. I honestly don't see how that looks like an onion at all, personally, but that's just me. So, you're going to see a little red thing right here. And now, there's a leaf coming out of it. What could it be, guys? The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. This sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without the benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A. So yes, this is the GameCube version of Pigment. I'll go over some of the differences later on. But anyway, let's walk over to it and press A. It's so cute! I'm sorry, but behind Chibi from Okami Den and arguably Chibi Robo from said Chibi Robo, the Pikmin are some of the cutest video game creatures of all time. They look so cute. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and call it to my side with B. Perhaps we'll react to C and X as well. I'm not going to worry about C and X yet. Okay, so we now have a Pikmin following us. So, as it said controls, you can hit A to throw your Pikmin, B to call it back with your whistle. R, as you can see here, changes your camera. Z makes it zoom top and sort of normal view. This one changes it to those 3 different views. L, meanwhile, centers the camera behind Olimar. His name's Captain Olimar. I think I already said that, but yeah. So those are the camera controls. What does this Pikmin think of me? I must observe its reactions. The more things I try, the more reactions I can catalog. I shall attempt to grab and throw it with A, and I just saw that already, just because I was waiting around for a moment. So, throw him at this thing, and he'll knock it down. What is this? It's a red pellet. Toss him over to it and he will pick it up. What is this? Astonishing! The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food. Blah blah blah. Okay, so basically, whenever the Pikmin take a pellet, as they're called, these are called pellet posies that have the pellets in them, but they take the pellet and they'll carry them back to their onions and it'll produce more Pikmin. If you have a 1 pellet and you carry it back to the color of onion that the number is on, you'll get twice as many Pikmin if it's a 1 pellet. So that's kind of a nice little thing, I guess. So, go ahead and pluck some more Pikmin. We now have 3, and 4, and 5. We now have 5 adorable little Pikmin following us. There are 3 different kinds of Pikmin, but we'll go more over that later. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's not going to be done until, later on in the game. So, on day 1, as you can see, it says day 1 in the upper right. Normally, on days, you will have an in-game time limit of about 13 real-life minutes that you can spend on the ground on any day. As you can see there, the number on the top indicates how many Pikmin you need to carry something, and the bottom indicates how many are carrying it. But normally you will have a time limit. However, on day 1, you do not have a time limit. That's why I'm really not moving as much around while I'm talking. Okay, let's go ahead and move these guys over here and pick up this pellet. You can have more Pikmin necessary than what it says that's required. You can have more than that if you want. It makes it move faster. Okay, let's pluck a couple more Pikmin. By tapping A few times, you'll go around and pluck all the Pikmin nearby. There's actually a fairly well hidden pellet up here. I think a lot of people probably missed this one because it's sort of out of the way, but there is a pellet right up here. It's just a 1 pellet, but it's definitely worth getting to have extra Pikmin at the very beginning of the game. The more you have, the better. So we currently have 12 Pikmin in existence. Kind of cool. Gonna need you guys to carry that in. Now we're gonna have 14. So, 14 adorable little Pikmin. Now, on the bottom of the screen, you're gonna see a few different things. The picture of the red Pikmin shows what Pikmin's going to be thrown next. The first number shows how many are actually at Olimar's side. The one in the middle shows how many are on the field at any point in time. And the one on the right shows how many Pikmin are in existence. That's why it's the only one that can have that has 4 digits, because you can only have 100 Pikmin with you at any point in time. Which isn't really as big of a problem in this game as it can be in the later ones when you have a lot more types of Pikmin, because there's only 3 types of Pikmin in this one, and really you only ever need to use like 2 of them, 2 colors of them, so that's just something about this game. So make them all Climb into that box. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. Okay, we already know all the controls. So, what you can do now, walk over to this thing that's shaking up and down in the ground. Happy music. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? Because, as you can see, it requires 20 Pikmin, which we do not have. We only have 14. So, let's go ahead and get our Pikmin to start carrying this other stuff back. Alrighty, Pikmin. Oh crap, I only needed 2. Yeah, you can only put 2 on those. So, our first ever convoy in this game. A Pikmin convoy. Come on, carry it. Oh good, it can have 8, okay. Looks like this one Pikmin right here might be getting left out. You want to get on it too? Oh, you can, okay, cool. So yeah, the more Pikmin you have on something, the faster they'll carry it back up to like a certain limit. If you hit start, by the way, you have various things you can do here. Continue, go to sunset, which will be for later on, or continue from last save. Say if you were to have like a massive genocide of Pikmin. You can hit Y, but nothing will happen with Y yet, so no worries about that, really. So we're going to need to sprout all the Pikmin that this will give us. Alright, so lots of Pikmin are coming out. If you hit X, the Pikmin will all go away from you. They'll disband. And it'll make more sense when you have more types of Pikmin because they'll disband by color. They're all staring at me. Okay, I already told you guys how to do that. They're all staring at me. Stop staring at me. Stop it. Stop staring at me. I actually have the plushies of all 5 Pikmin types, or all 3 from this game and the 2 that were added in Pikmin 2. Don't have any from Pikmin 3 yet, but I plan to do something with that. So, we now have 25 Pikmin, the maximum you can have on the first day. Get all 25 of them to surround your engine. The heck? Where's the other one? Oh, that was weird. It's kind of glitchy. Oh, and also in the bottom left corner, you're going to see a picture of Olimar and a green circle. That is Olimar's health. If Olimar's health ever drops to 0, it will automatically end the day, and any Pikmin that you have out in the field that are like alone, that are not with you, will be left behind and killed. But more on that later. That's one of my goals for this Let's Play, is to just not leave any Pikmin behind, because inevitably I'm going to lose probably a lot of Pikmin, because I am not that great of a Pikmin player. So that's going to happen, but I will do my best not to leave very many, if any, behind. But with Pikmin AI, as you'll see, it doesn't always work that well. Alright, the ship is up. Alright, guys, our ship is ready for takeoff. Some parts are back in place. I love how there's no glass protecting him where his head would be at, and how that ship is just tiny. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back toward home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. And now, the end of the day tune. Videos for this Let's Play will usually be around 16 to 19 minutes long, depending on how much I have to do in a day and how many cutscenes and stuff we have. So, at the end of every day, your Pikmin will blast off in ships with you, and you'll get a journal report, which can actually change depending on how well you're doing in the game. But I was surprised to see that the onion lifted off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface. Or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. Some of both, actually. Dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Okute. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below as it holds the key to my survival. I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. So you'll also get your end of the day report. At the top will show you your Pikmin population and a graph of how it's changed over the course of the day. It'll show you how many you've sprouted and how many total that you've sprouted during the game, as well as how many you've lost in battle or left behind. At the bottom, you've got the red onion with 25 Pikmin. That's because we have 25 red Pikmin. At the bottom, it shows how many parts you've collected, how many are remaining, and how many days are remaining. So guys, that is going to be it for this video. Next time, we will head into day 2 and head on over to the Forest of Hope. So, see you guys then.